We are getting some breaking news in the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie.
Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of American television journalist Savannah Guthrie, became the center of a growing mystery after she suddenly disappeared from her home in Tucson, Arizona. Her disappearance has raised serious concerns among investigators and the public, and recent developments in the case have added new questions rather than clear answers. In today's video, we will look at Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, the ongoing investigation, the discovery of a woman's body in Phoenix, and the latest updates surrounding this troubling case. Nancy Guthrie was known by friends and family as a kind and caring woman who lived a relatively quiet life. At 84 years old, she was described as someone who stayed close to home and maintained regular contact with family members. Because of this, her sudden disappearance on February 1 immediately raised alarm. According to reports, Nancy was last seen by family members a day before she vanished. When relatives realized they had not heard from her and could not reach her, concern quickly grew. What first appeared to be a simple case of a missing elderly woman soon began to look more complicated as investigators started examining the situation more closely. Authorities soon began treating the case as suspicious. Investigators believed that Nancy might not have disappeared on her own and that foul play could potentially be involved. As the investigation began, law enforcement agencies organized search teams and started gathering evidence from her home and surrounding areas. One of the earliest discoveries made by investigators came from security footage captured by Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera. The video reportedly showed a masked individual standing near her front door. The person appeared to be lingering outside the house, raising suspicions among investigators. Some reports suggested that the masked figure might have been carrying a backpack. In certain images, investigators also believed there could have been two individuals involved, although this has not been officially confirmed. Authorities later explained that the images did not include a visible date or time stamp. Because of this, determining exactly when the footage was recorded became difficult. Investigators warned that many online interpretations of the images were speculative and that the timeline remained uncertain. As investigators continued their search, additional evidence was discovered near Nancy's home. Among the items recovered were a pair of black gloves located approximately 2 miles away from the house. Because gloves can sometimes contain useful DNA evidence, the discovery immediately became an important lead. Laboratory analysis later traced the DNA found on the gloves to a local restaurant employee. However, law enforcement officials clarified that this individual was not connected to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and was not considered a suspect. This announcement ruled out one possible lead, but also meant investigators had to continue searching for other clues. Meanwhile, forensic teams continued analyzing additional evidence recovered from Nancy's home. Investigators discovered traces of blood during the examination of the property. These samples were carefully collected and sent to laboratories for testing. Officials explained that the analysis of DNA samples can take a long time, particularly when investigators are dealing with multiple pieces of evidence. According to the Pima County Sheriff's Department, it could take up to a year to fully analyze all the forensic material gathered during the investigation. Despite the slow pace of forensic analysis, the case remains very active. Reports indicate that between 300 and 400 personnel are still assigned to the investigation. This includes detectives, search teams, forensic specialists, and other law enforcement officials working together to find answers. A major development occurred when a woman's body was discovered near a canal bank in Phoenix, Arizona. The discovery happened on a Friday and quickly became a major topic of discussion in connection with Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Phoenix is located more than 100 miles from Tucson, the city where Nancy was last seen. Because of the distance, investigators initially treated the discovery as a separate incident. However, given the timing of the discovery and the ongoing search for Nancy, speculation began to grow about whether the body could belong to her. Police officers responded to a report that an adult woman had been found unresponsive near the canal. When officers arrived at the scene, they located the woman and confirmed that she had died. At the time of the discovery, Phoenix police did not release the identity of the woman. Officials explained that identifying the body would require forensic testing and confirmation through official procedures. The Pima County Sheriff's Department later stated that they had not yet been informed of any confirmed connection between the body found in Phoenix and the case involving Nancy Guthrie. This statement suggested that while the discovery raised questions, investigators were not ready to link the two cases without scientific evidence. DNA testing is expected to be the key factor in determining whether the body discovered near the canal belongs to Nancy Guthrie or to another individual. Until the results are confirmed, authorities are continuing their investigation carefully. During this time, Nancy Guthrie's family has been making emotional appeals to the public for help. Savannah Guthrie, her daughter, has used social media to share messages asking anyone with information about her mother's disappearance to contact authorities. In one particularly emotional message, Savannah expressed deep concern about her mother's safety and urged people to come forward with any information that might help investigators. In an effort to encourage tips, the Guthrie family announced a reward of $1 million for information that leads to Nancy Guthrie's safe return or helps locate her. In addition to the family's reward, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has also offered a $100,000 reward for information related to the case. These rewards show how seriously the investigation is being taken and how determined the family is to find answers. The case has attracted national attention across the United States. Media outlets, social media users, and members of the public continue to follow developments closely. Many people have expressed sympathy for the Guthrie family and hope that investigators will soon discover what happened. Missing person investigations can often take months or even years to resolve. Authorities must carefully analyze evidence, interview witnesses, and follow every possible lead. In Nancy Guthrie's case, investigators are working to piece together the timeline of events surrounding her disappearance. Each new piece of information could potentially help them understand what happened. The discovery of the body near the Phoenix Canal has certainly introduced a new element to the investigation. However, until forensic tests confirm the identity of the deceased woman, authorities remain cautious. For now, the search for Nancy Guthrie continues. Law enforcement agencies remain committed to uncovering the truth and bringing answers to her family. While the situation remains uncertain, investigators are urging anyone who may have seen something suspicious or has information about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance to contact authorities. Even the smallest detail could provide the breakthrough investigators need. As the investigation moves forward, the public continues to hope that new evidence will eventually bring clarity to this troubling mystery. Until then, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance remains an unresolved case that has deeply affected her family and captured the attention of people across the country.